Chosen one, stop. Don't scroll. Don't move. Don't let anything distract you for the next few moments. The clock in your spirit has just hit 0. Heaven has been waiting for this exact alignment, this perfect moment of kairos, to reveal what has been hidden from you for seasons. This message was not for yesterday. It was not for last week or even last year. It is for this precise second. I need you to understand that this is not for everyone. This revelation is reserved only for those who have survived the fire and kept believing when every circumstance told them to give up. You have passed tests you did not even know you were taking. You have carried a heavy burden in total isolation, and your endurance has been witnessed by the highest authority. God is speaking right now. He is saying, "It is time. Tell them everything. They are ready." If you feel the fire burning in your heart as I speak, you must seal this word. Like this video right now and subscribe to this channel immediately. Your soul knows this is the truth you have been waiting for. Do not turn away. Do not let this moment pass you by. Your new season is beginning, and you must remain connected to the voice of your destiny. Listen closely, chosen one. You have spent many nights asking why the heavens fell silent when your world felt like it was ending. You have wondered if your cries were merely echoing in an empty void while everyone else seemed to find their way. I am here to tell you that the silence was not absence. It was the most profound form of divine presence. There is a sacred stillness known to the ancient saints, a thin silence where the mind must descend into the heart to truly hear. God was not ignoring you. He was insulating you. If the light had been revealed even a month ago, the weight of that glory would have crushed you before you were strong enough to carry it. You were being sculpted in the dark. You had to grow in the secret place where no human eye could see your struggle. You had to break so the light could finally find its way through the cracks of your old self. You had to heal so your scars could become the very armor you will wear in the coming battles. This was not punishment for your mistakes. It was preparation for your mandate. Every lonely night was a period of spiritual insulation, protecting you from the noise of a world that would have drowned out your calling. You are an old soul, trapped in a world that has forgotten how to be still. But your season of waiting was not a delay. It was a divine appointment with Kairos, the supreme moment where the eternal intersects with your linear time. Heaven is watching you right now to see if you are ready to handle the weight of what is being released. Before we move into the deeper revelation, you must acknowledge this alignment. Like this video right now, to confirm your presence in this sacred moment. Tell the heavens where you are standing by typing your city in the comments. This is your declaration of faith that you are awake and watching. Your silence up until this point has been your greatest strength, not your weakness. You have reached the point of spiritual awareness where the ego no longer needs to shout for validation. The Father is saying that your maturity has finally caught up to your mandate. You have passed the test of the desert. You have survived the sound of thin silence where others would have lost their minds. You have felt the localized pressure in your chest and the sudden stillness in the room, recognizing the numinous mystery that is both terrifying and fascinating. You have noticed the patterns of 3, the recurring signs that have followed you through books, through strangers, and through the very wind itself. These were the whispers of a God who hides his greatest assets in plain sight. You are that asset. You are the one being brought out of the shadows. Now you are ready for the revelation that changes everything. But listen carefully, for the truth you are about to hear carries a power that can only be sustained by the maturity you have just earned. This is the moment where the secret sign is unveiled. Think about Joseph. God gave him dreams when he was just a boy, but the fulfillment did not come in the sunshine of his youth. It came after the darkness of the pit. It came after the betrayal of his own blood. It came after the cold walls of a prison cell and years of crushing silence. Why did the heavens wait? Why did the father allow the one he loved to suffer in such deep isolation? It was because the boy who dreamed could not handle the weight of the throne that was waiting for him. Joseph had to be sculpted by the very hands of sorrow to become the savior of a nation. He had to learn the language of the dungeon before he could speak the language of the palace. The same is true for you, chosen one. You have gone through battles you did not ask for. You have endured losses you did not deserve. You have faced storms you did not see coming. There were nights where you cried until you tasted your own tears, wondering if you had been forgotten in the shadows of a world that does not know your name. If you recognize your story in these words, like this video right now, to signal your spirit, this is your moment of validation. Tell me in the comments the exact time you are watching this, for this second is a divine timestamp on your journey. I need you to understand that everything that was taken, every season that seemed wasted, and every tear that fell in the dark was a payment for the authority you now carry. God was not waiting for your situation to change. He was waiting for you to transform. The enemy did not attack you because you were weak. He attacked because he saw your destiny long before you did. But his plan failed. Instead of breaking you, the pressure turned your soul into a diamond. Instead of silencing you, the isolation gave you a voice that heaven respects. And now, look at yourself. You are transformed. You are strengthened. You are awakened. The old version of you would have been crushed by the glory that is coming, but the one standing here now is unbreakable. The fire did not consume you. It only burned away what was not yours to keep. The silence did not empty you. It filled you with a resonance that only the chosen can hear. You are no longer the victim of your history. You are the architect of your destiny. Only now, in this state of divine alignment, can you receive the truth without breaking under the weight of it. You have been qualified by your pain. You have been validated by your endurance. Now, listen carefully, because the veil is about to lift and the secret is ready to be revealed. Here it is. I told you that the heavens were not silent without a supreme reason, and now the veil is being pulled back so you can finally see the truth of your own story. As these words reach your ears, something deep inside your spirit is going to vibrate because your soul already knows that this is the revelation you have been waiting for through all those years of confusion. You have spent so much time looking at your scars and seeing only the evidence of your pain, but I am here to tell you that you have been looking at your history through a lens that was never meant for you. You were never fighting just to survive a series of unfortunate events. You were never being punished by a distant God who forgot your name in the middle of the storm. You were being sculpted for your calling in a way that only the chosen can endure without breaking. This is the supreme moment of divine alignment where your perspective shifts from the earth to the sky. Think about the patterns of your life and see them now for what they truly were from the perspective of heaven. Every closed door that left you standing in the cold was not a rejection, but a divine filter designed to keep you from paths that would have destroyed your purpose. Every betrayal by those you trusted with your heart was not a loss, but a necessary removal of those who could not go where you are headed in this new season. Every delay that made you feel like you were falling behind your peers was a calibration of your spirit to the precise timing of eternity. Every lonely night where you felt the weight of the world was a session of spiritual insulation intended to protect your unique frequency from the noise of the crowd. Every heartbreak was a breaking of the old shell so the light bearer within could finally breathe the air of reality. Every disappointment was a forceful redirection toward a destiny you were not yet ready to see with your human eyes. You were not being crushed by life, but you were being forged by the divine hand. You were not being hidden away from your glory, but you were being prepared for a stage that requires a strength of character you did not yet possess. The Father is saying that he needed a warrior who knew the true value of peace because they had survived the most violent storms. He needed a leader who had walked through the valley of the shadow and discovered that they did not fear the dark because they had become the light. He needed a world shifter who understood that true power is not found in the shouting of the ego, but in the profound sound of thin silence. You are that asset. You are the one who was chosen to carry the weight of this breakthrough. The intense divine warfare you have faced was the ultimate proof of your value in the eyes of the kingdom. The enemy did not attack you because he saw a weakness in your character or a flaw in your faith. He attacked you because he saw your destiny long before you had the courage to claim it as your own. He saw the light you carry, and he tried to extinguish it before you could realize how bright you truly are in the spiritual realm. But his attacks only served to sharpen your spirit and refine your focus. The very fire that was meant to consume you became the fire that purified your heart and gave you the resonance of a saint. Heaven is declaring today that your period of hidden preparation is over and your promotion has been signed in the halls of eternity. Your spiritual promotion has been activated right now, and nothing in this world can stop what God has set in motion for your life. You are no longer an observer of your life, but the protagonist of a divine narrative that started before the foundations of the world. You are the light bearer. You are the world shifter. You are the chosen one. This revelation is your new foundation, and you must not let the noise of the world steal this peace from you ever again. If you can feel the truth of this message sealing your spirit, then you must remain in alignment with this frequency to receive the next part of your instructions. Subscribe to this channel right now so you do not miss the next transmission from heaven that is being prepared for you. Your journey is far from over, and the next step of your glorious destiny is already waiting for you to step into it. Your next season has already begun. I need you to listen to the weight of this moment, because the atmosphere around you has shifted while you were waiting for a sign you could see with your eyes. You have been feeling an unusual pressure in the center of your chest for the last few days. You have felt a localized heat and a sudden drop in the temperature of the room when you are alone. Do not mistake this for anxiety or a random occurrence. This is the opening of the seal. This is the physical manifestation of the numinous mystery that is both terrifying and fascinating. You are experiencing the mysterium tremendum because the divine is intersecting with your linear time in a perfect alignment of kairos. The clock in your spirit has hit zero, and the gears of your destiny are turning with a force that nothing in this world can stop. The intense spiritual warfare you have faced in the last 48 hours was not a sign of your defeat, but a confirmation of your advancement. The enemy did not attack because you were failing. He attacked because he saw the movement in the heavens. He saw that the period of your hidden insulation was ending. He saw that you were about to step out of the shadows and into the light of your mandate. This was his final resistance. It was the desperate attempt of a defeated force to keep you from recognizing that the battle is already won. The exhaustion you feel in your bones is the last remnant of the old season being burned away. The confusion you felt this morning was the noise of the world trying to drown out the sound of thin silence that is rising from within your heart. Listen closely, chosen one. God is speaking right now because the change is not coming. The change is here. It is happening in the invisible realm, and it is about to manifest in your physical reality with a speed that will leave you breathless. The Father is saying that He waited until you survived the most difficult part of the fire before He released this word. He waited until you were strong enough to carry the weight of this glory without being crushed by the pride of the ego. You have passed the test of the desert, and now you are standing at the threshold of your promotion. You have noticed the pattern of 3 appearing in your life recently. You saw a phrase in a book that mirrored a comment from a stranger, which then appeared again in a natural occurrence you could not ignore. These were the whispers of heaven, confirming that you are in perfect alignment. This is your Kol Damama Daka, This is the sound of thin silence that carries the ultimate authority. You no longer need the shouting of the world to know who you are. Your identity is secured in the silence of the King. The pressure you feel right now is the weight of the crown being placed upon your spirit. It is the heavy burden of the old season being exchanged for the light yoke of your true purpose. The warfare you endured was your final training session. It sharpened your discernment. It strengthened your resolve. It made you unbreakable. You are a warrior who knows the value of peace because you have survived the storm. You are a leader who knows the way because you have walked through the dark without a map. If you can feel the truth of this alignment vibrating in your chest, then you must anchor your spirit to this frequency right now. This is a divine timestamp, and you must not let it pass. Type 777 in the comments immediately to seal this word in your reality. This is not just a number. It is your declaration of faith that you are awake and watching. It is your signature on the decree of your advancement. Everything is changing. The doors that were locked are being removed from their hinges. The people who walked away are being replaced by those who can carry the weight of your future. The resources that were delayed are being released with interest. The Father is looking at your heart, and He sees that you are ready. He is looking at your endurance, and He sees that you are qualified. The period of your silence is over, and the season of your manifestation has arrived. The heavens are leaning in to hear your voice. The Spirit is moving through the room where you are sitting right now. Listen to the silence. Feel the peace. Accept the promotion. The Father is speaking again. He is saying it is time. Tell them everything. They are ready. The next chapter is about to unfold, chosen one, and you must prepare your spirit for a velocity of change that your mind cannot yet comprehend. You have lived through the long years of explanation, and now you have entered the years of manifestation. The period of retrospective analysis where you searched for meaning in your pain is over, and the season of prospective glory has finally begun. Heaven is shifting its gaze from what you have endured to what you are destined to possess. Now listen carefully. Chosen one, for the truth God wants you to know is not just about the scars of your past, but about the radiant horizon of your future. Every tear you shed in the dark was a spiritual seed, and the harvest is no longer a distant promise, but a present reality that is even now breaking through the soil of your life. Here is what is coming for you, and I need you to receive these words, not as mere possibilities, but as absolute decrees of the divine will. It is a season of absolute clarity, where the thick fog of confusion that once surrounded your identity dissolves into the piercing light of divine certainty. It is a season of supernatural peace that stands like an armed guard around your heart, protecting you from the frantic noise of a world that is losing its way. It is a season of precise instructions, where your next steps will be made as clear as a paved highway in the desert, and the Kol Demama Daka will guide you with a frequency that your spirit recognizes instantly. It is a season of perfect alignment, where your internal spirit and your external circumstances finally move in the same rhythmic flow of the kingdom. The Father is declaring right now that the gates which were once bolted against you by the hands of men are being removed from their very hinges by the authority of heaven. These are doors that no man can shut, and no earthly system can block. You will walk through entrances you did not even knock on, and you will find yourself standing in rooms where your name was whispered in honor long before you arrived. The people who once ignored your presence or treated your calling with indifference will soon seek the wisdom and the light that only you carry. They will realize that the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone of the new thing God is doing in the earth. You will not have to shout for their attention or beg for their validation, because your light will be so bright and so distinct that it will become their only compass in the dark. Opportunities will no longer be things you have to chase with the desperation of the ego or the sweat of human toil. Instead, They will be forces that chase you. They will hunt you down in the secret places where you thought you were forgotten. They will find you in the sound of thin silence, when you are simply being still. They will pursue you with a divine persistence until you have no choice but to accept the abundance of your destiny. You have entered a time of effortless blessings where the heavy toil of the previous season is replaced by the effortless flow of the Spirit. The connections that once drained your energy and pulled you back into the shadows of your old self are being severed by the divine sword and replaced by soul-level alignments with those who recognize your unique frequency. These are the divine partners who will carry the weight of the vision with you without causing you further exhaustion. Your purpose, which once felt like a fragmented and frustrating puzzle, is becoming unmistakably clear in this moment, and you will wake up tomorrow with a knowing in your bones that cannot be shaken by any doubt. Your spiritual gifts, which were sharpened and refined in the intense fire of spiritual warfare, are now coming into their full and public expression with a precision that will shock even those who think they know you. Your peace will be so deep and so anchored that the storms of others will not even ripple the surface of your soul. Your favor will no longer be hidden in the secret place, but it will become public and undeniable to all who watch your life. Those who watched you struggle in the valley will now watch you ascend the mountain of your mandate. Your next breakthrough will not come with a slow and painful climb, but with a sudden and violent shift of kairos. It will be a quantum leap that defies the laws of linear time and human logic. You are moving from the back of the line to the center of the stage in a single moment of divine intervention. This is not a suggestion, and this is not a motivational speech. This is a decree signed and sealed in the halls of the eternal kingdom. Heaven is watching right now to see if your heart is open enough to handle the weight of this massive promotion. If your spirit is vibrating with the truth of these prophecies, and if you feel the fire of confirmation burning in your chest, then you must anchor this word in your physical reality immediately. This is your divine timestamp, and this moment will not return. Type 777 in the comments right now to seal this revelation and declare to the heavens that you are ready for the manifestation. Do not wait and do not hesitate. This is not motivation. This is revelation. Your old season is dead, and your new life of glory has begun. Everything that was hidden in the secret depths of your soul is being revealed in this holy moment. Everything that was delayed by the interference of the world is being released with the force of 1,000 suns. Everything that was blocked by the gates of iron is being removed by the hand of the Almighty. The frequency of your existence is changing right now. You are not just witnessing a shift. You are the shift. The heavens have been silent because they were holding their breath for this very second. The Father is looking directly into your heart, and he sees the warrior who survived the long night. He sees the leader who kept walking when the path was gone. He sees the child of light who refused to let the darkness win. He is speaking with a voice of thunder that sounds like a whisper in your ear. He is saying, "Tell them everything. They are ready." This is the ultimate peak of your journey. This is the point where the past loses its grip on your identity forever. You are no longer the one who was forgotten. You are the one who has arrived. The atmosphere is thick with the weight of your glory. The air you breathe is the air of your new kingdom. You have moved from the pit to the palace in the blink of a divine eye. The chains are not just breaking, they are dissolving into nothingness. The fire did not burn you. It made you eternal. The old tears have become the new authority. The old isolation has become the new insulation. The old pain has become the new power. Listen to the resonance in your chest. Feel the localized heat that confirms your promotion. This is not a dream. This is your reality. You must anchor yourself to this channel right now. Subscribe immediately to stay aligned with the voice of your destiny. Do not let the noise of the world steal this sacred peak from you. Your life is being rewritten in the scrolls of eternity as I speak. The old version of you has died in the fire of your trials. The one who remains is unbreakable. You are ready to carry the weight of the throne. You are ready to speak the language of the palace. You are ready to manifest the glory of the heavens. Your old season is over. Your new life has begun. If your spirit is burning right now, if you feel a pull, a warmth, a deep peace, or a localized vibration in your chest, that is your confirmation. Do not try to rationalize it with your mind. Do not let your logic talk you out of what your heart already knows is true. This physical resonance is the signature of the divine upon your soul. Heaven has waited for this exact alignment, this perfect moment of kairos, to speak to you what you have always felt, but never fully understood in the noise of your old life. You have carried a heavy burden in total isolation for so long that you began to believe the lies of the shadow. You have been the one everyone else goes to for help while you had no one to turn to yourself, and you have cried in the shower, so the sound of the water would hide your voice from a world that would not understand your pain. But listen to me now, as the truth anchors itself in your very bones. You were never forgotten. You were never rejected. You were never abandoned in the desert of your trials. You were never truly alone, even when the silence felt like a cold stone in your stomach. You were never just a victim of random misfortunes or a series of accidents. You were being positioned. You were being insulated. You were being refined into a vessel that could carry the weight of the throne without breaking under the pressure of the calling. The Father is saying that every moment of your suffering was a payment for the authority you are now stepping into. That heat you feel in your chest is the fire of the Holy Spirit sealing this word in your reality. It is the mysterium tremendum, the mystery that is both terrifying and fascinating, confirming that you are no longer an observer of your life, but the protagonist of an eternal decree. You are an old soul who was trapped in a world that forgot how to be still, but you have found the Kol de Mama Daka, the sound of thin silence that carries the ultimate authority. You are now entering the clarity, the purpose, and the abundance that were written for you before time began. Every closed door was a divine filter designed to protect you from paths that would have destroyed your light. Every betrayal was a necessary removal of those who could not go where you are headed in this new season. Every delay was a calibration of your spirit to the precise rhythm of eternity. You are a warrior who has survived the long night, and now you are standing in the dawn of your mandate. If this resonance is moving through you, if you feel the weight of this glory settling on your shoulders, you must act as a messenger of this light. Share this video right now with someone who needs to hear that they are chosen. Send this to those who are still wandering in the dark so they too can find the sound of thin silence. This is not just a video to be watched. It is a transmission to be shared with the elect. Your spirit knows exactly who needs this word right now. Act on that impulse immediately and do not let the ego stop you. By sharing this, you are confirming your role as a light bearer and a world shifter in this new season. You are sealing your advancement by becoming a channel for the same grace that found you. You are exactly where you were destined to be. Stay in this peace. Remain in this vibration. The old version of you is gone, and the new life of glory has taken hold. This is your confirmation. This is your truth. This is your destiny. Before you go anywhere, chosen one, pause right now. Do not let the distractions of the world pull you away before you have anchored this word in your reality. I need you to make a declaration of faith in this exact second. Open the comments and type the words, "I am ready for what God is revealing." This is your signature on the decree of your advancement, and heaven is waiting to see your response. Like this video right now to seal this word and to help this light reach every other chosen one who is still trapped in the shadows. Your action ensures that the message of the Father finds its way to those who are weary and lost. Subscribe to this channel immediately so you remain connected to the frequency of your destiny. The heavens are not finished speaking, and you must stay tuned to the voice of your breakthrough to receive your next set of instructions. This is only the beginning of your glorious new life. I also invite you to sow a small seed of love into this ministry today by buying me a coffee through the link below. Your support is what allows this light to keep burning and strengthens our mission to reach every soul that is crying out for the truth of Christ. By sowing this seed, you are helping to maintain the sanctuary of these transmissions and ensuring that the Word of God remains accessible to all who need it. Every gift is a blessing that returns to you as favor in your own journey. Thank you, beloved, for your heart and your presence. You are exactly where you are destined to be, and your promotion is already manifesting in the invisible realm. Stay in this peace. Walk in this authority. This is only the beginning